Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. I am Tariq El-Amin. I serve as the resident imam of Masjid Al-Taqwa here on the southeast side of Chicago. I want to first say thank you. Thank you for your support in our 2022 Ramadan Launchgood campaign. I'm standing in the same room that I was in for that video. And you can see the difference. Your contributions to help us build Taqwa, right? That same group that came out every weekend without fail. We came in, we laid the floors, we got the walls cleaned. We were able to furnish this room. And this is a room that after Jummah, we come in, we fellowship, we eat, we sit down, we catch up with one another, we build community. I want to thank you for your support in allowing for us to achieve what we have achieved up to this point right now. Our evolution has really been a beautiful thing. We're a community in association with the leadership of the late Imam Warthadi Muhammad. But as a masjid community, we have been in existence, I believe, since like 2000, 2001. We have moved about 6 or 7 times from 45th and Western down to 87th and like Ashland, over East 93rd in Baltimore. We had a stop in the Beverly neighborhood, 82nd and Exchange, and we've been here on 93rd and Escanaba, purchasing this property in 2021. The experience of coming together using our own labor, our sweat equity, investing into this particular project, this building, this space that has become Masjid Al-Taqwa, also the Taqwa Center for Community Excellence. It's been a wonderful, it's been a bonding experience. We're an all volunteer organization. Nobody's getting paid. I cannot help but be really just overwhelmed with gratitude. Gratitude to Allah, and overwhelmed with a feeling of love for my brothers and sisters, for my Taqwa family, for all those who came out weekend after weekend after weekend, consistently spending 4 to 6, 8 hours even, depending on what the project was for that day. I don't have the words that are sufficient to really express how grateful I am to Allah for giving us this challenge that allowed us to come closer, grow closer together, to really prove to ourselves how invested we were in being owners, in being producers, moving beyond just the casual, Assalamu alaikum, brother, Assalamu alaikum, sister, but really spending time with each other to put our faith into action, to build something. One of the intentions that we have here as a masjid community is to make sure that we are producing, and we produce in many different ways. Last year, we started the Chicago Black Muslim History Tour. And this is really significant because as a community, going back to prior to Imam Warthadi Muhammad, going back to his father, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who led the Nation of Islam, we are coming up on almost 100 years that we've been in Chicago. And during that time, it's been marked by initiative. It's been marked by sacrifice, solidarity. It's been marked by ingenuity, and that took form in a variety of businesses, social consciousness, and efforts to really get the African American black folk, the Bilalian, to see themselves with the same type of the potential, the value, the worth that Allah has placed into them, right, into all of us. So the tour itself, we cover a lot of the we cover a lot of that history, right? We present that, we share that. We also have the theater arts. We have the Sun Taqwa Theater Arts Ensemble. Every year prior to the pandemic, we put on a full theater production at Chicago State's Breakey Theater. And the whole point behind that is to share the stories that are culturally relevant, that are also they are theologically grounded, within Islam, the principles and tenets. We have our Arabic classes. We have just talking about how we're global, and we have to think beyond the walls, right? The limits of the walls, the physical walls. We have a community dua that we do every week, 10 minutes, 10-minute community dua. And that came about really as a way to let those who are going through difficulties feel a sense of, to feel that they were seen, that they were cared for, they were loved, and to do it calling on Allah, right? So 10 minutes every Thursday night, we get together, and we have that 10-minute dua. We have we read Surah Al-Kahf, right? The 18th surah of the Quran every Thursday evening, as the Prophet, peace and prayers be upon him, talked about the merits in doing so. Our goal is to continue to expand our physical footprint as well as our virtual footprint. Our goal is to explore and to present the value of our past while also charting a clear and identifiable path for our future. So we're asking you now, as an organization that has been in existence for over 20 years, that is a 501c3 organization whose contributions, your contributions, are tax deductible, zakat eligible. We're asking that you help us to pay off this property. We're trying to pay the $100,000 that remains on our mortgage. We don't want a balloon payment, right? So we are trying to pay it off this Ramadan. And your help, your contribution will allow us to do so. And in doing so, it will allow us to continue to give, whether it's through our pantry, right, which is not subsidized, funded entirely by members of the community. It would allow for us to continue to expand our educational offerings in the form of the Chicago Black Muslim History Tour, which is not subsidized, it's not sponsored by anyone. It is something that we do, that we give, because we recognize the value in the history and the contributions of the Black Muslim community here in Chicago. It allows us to reach more people, to do more. So we're asking for your support. We're certainly always appreciative of your dua, of your prayer for our success. We certainly pray with the success and well-being of you and your family, your loved ones during this blessed month. But we are certainly asking, we're imploring that you act on any favorable view that you have of the work that we have been able to do as a all volunteer organization, and that you contribute and help us to pay this mortgage off so that we can continue to give and continue to try to be that community that represents the best and the light and the love and the mercy that is Al-Islam. So we thank you so much in advance, and may Allah bless you, and may Allah accept your fast and ours as well. Assalamu alaikum.